Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, February 12th, 2026. I, of course, am Hammer, founder of Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. So glad you can weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Morning coming to you from the Asheville Airport. So you can see out the window, there's a little tower. Nice, quiet. I love having a nice local regional airport. Anyway, a nice, quiet day. Remember, you can join me live. If you're here on the replay, do me a favor, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook and YouTube know that you were here as well, and we'll go from there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get started since there's not much to cover today. But before I do, just a quick reminder, you can sign up for a text reminder that I'm going live. You can sign up at hmmr.io/reminder or use this cool QR code over here. If you'd like to sign up for our free daily lock advice, you can get that at www.ratelockadvice.com. Sign up for our text alerts at www.ratetextalerts.com. So all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Again, welcome to all the live folks. So glad to have you here this morning. Let me go ahead and share the screen and we'll get into it. So let's start off over here. Mortgage-backed securities are currently up 6 basis points on the day. And if we take a look here, you'll see, like I said, we're up about 6 basis points on the day. Not anything amazing, but still pretty good. If you look back on where we were a couple of days ago, we were up around 100.11. Yesterday, we had that big drop right here due to the jobs data that came out hotter than expected. However, we did have a really nice recovery right here. Look at how much recovery we had. Unfortunately, though, we did see some of that start to lose ground again as the afternoon came up, but we did end the day better than where we were. So that was, quite a bit down from where pricing was yesterday, but we did have recovered some of that this morning. Also, remember when we're looking at this difference here, it looks worse than it was because of the bond rollover. If I take a look at the text from yesterday, we were actually only down, I think, about 10 basis. Actually, we were flat. We were zero on the day. So even though you're seeing this lower than over here where we finished the day before, that's minus about 10 basis points, but that was due to the bond rollover. So really, we were zero. We were flat on the day. Zero, zilch, nada, all the same kind of things. So even though we saw that move yesterday, it looked worse than it really was. And then this morning, we're actually up a little bit, which means pricing should be pretty good. Take a look here at rate sheets. Again, it was a little bit worse on the day because it came out when the jobs data came out. But, I mean, that's still better than it was 2 days before that. So really not much of a we didn't have much to worry about with that jobs data. When the jobs data came out stronger than expected was not something that I was overly concerned about because, like I said, markets really were biting. They're just chomping at the bit to go ahead and improve. Bonds didn't have anything really much to worry about. But now that that is behind us, we've got tomorrow's CPI inflation data. But it's really not likely that that's going to give us any major boost. We could see some improvement, though. If you want to float into it, I mean, it really shouldn't hurt. I did read a couple articles that talked about how they think inflation could come in hot tomorrow, and that could kind of hurt. But so for me, anything closing near term, I'd consider locking, but anything that's got some time, I think we got plenty of time before that. So I'm looking at the comments because they're not coming up on the screen for me. What's up, Adam Check from the lounge? Let's see. Ron Siegel said today is National Plum Pudding Day. Yeah, I don't think I've ever eaten it. It's not like an English thing. Is plum pudding an English thing? Yeah, I'm with Doug. I don't know that I'd want to eat it either. So it's not really my big thing. So anyway, there's really not much to talk about today. There's really not much going on. We've got jobless claims, all the other stuff. I don't even know what jobless claims came out this morning. Let me Google it and take a look here. Jobless claims fall less than expected, So yeah, they fell last week. Jobless claims fell last week, but wasn't anything big. It's all the same stuff. And then, like I said, tomorrow we're going to have that CPI inflation data, and that's a big thing, and it's really for there. Rates are going to stay pretty simple. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, let me share the screen one more time, and I will show you real quick, though. Take a look at the expectations for the Fed rate cuts. That is now back to kind of a no bueno for March. The expectation of a March rate cut basically back down to zero. And if we look, though, I mean, that had been as look at how much more of an expectation there was. It was much bigger. And then for April, we are looking at about a 20% expectation, which really is not that high. This has gone all the way down to about 60% and is back up to about 80%. So markets really not seeing any reason. Tomorrow's inflation data not going to be enough to push the idea of Fed rate cuts. So with all of that said, again, I'm kind of in that same spot. We're up 6 basis points. We're watching that 10-year treasury yield. It is good that it's below 4.20. Remember, we've talked about that. If it goes to 4.20, then that's definitely something that would signal just a small creep up in rates. But for right now, we're at 4.16. Everything's looking good. I'd lock anything closing in the next couple of weeks. Anything's longer than that, there's no urgency to lock at all. We're kind of at that same spot. So anyway, hope this helps, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm going to keep it short today. I am in the airport. We're going to get ready to board in a few minutes. So hope y'all have a fantastic day. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Definitely, we'll have something for tomorrow. So, all right, I'll catch y'all later. Take care. And did I talk about the underlying numbers of the good jobs? No, I didn't, Ron. If you want to talk about something, go ahead. Underlying numbers of the good jobs report. I didn't go deeper on that, but you feel free to. Maybe I'll see about doing it tomorrow. But from the airport, I'm just tight. So, all right, y'all. I'll catch you tomorrow. Make it a great one. Bye-bye.